What is up, YouTube? Irish USMC Vet here. What's up, guys and gals? Let this bad mamma jamma warm up, get my coffee going, and see what everybody's doing out there in the world. Waiting for the Stingy to get in here. You know, he's always busy, so take time out of his day to come over here and check out the chat. Yeah. What's going on in your neck of the woods today? Anybody? Good morning, West S. Good morning, East Wind Farms. How are we doing today there, gentlemen? Please move, kitty. I show up, nobody's here. Although they'll be here. Just got to give them a second. We've been really moving around a lot, doing a lot of stuff. Got a lot of plants got to be put in, so it's kind of hit or miss. But yesterday was more of a brunch lunch there. Today is early-ish. Probably a lot earlier in your place, huh, Wes? Can you hear me? See, I'm not typing either. Beautiful day. Heading outside to do a bit of some work. Same here. Can you hear me all right there, East Winds? Hello, 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 hello. Okay. So Wes wanted to go fishing, but instead of making AC service calls. Yeah, that happens. I'm getting ready to, after I'm off of here, I'm going on back to work on the barn. And then I have to get back on the tractor and do till up another 4 acres-ish. Trying to surviving. Good morning, sir or ma'am, or both. Maybe a husband and wife combo. No, we can't hear you. You should keep asking. Just for you. Hello, is Wes there? I don't know. Is Wes there? Wes, are you there? Hello, Wes. Wes. So how are you doing down there, Wes? I haven't seen you in a while. I mean, I haven't seen your videos, but I haven't talked to you in a few since you went on your off-grid excursion. No, I'm gone already. Okay. How it happens. I'm a little slow. You know how it is. 1 minute, I'm paying attention. The next minute, I'm not. So that's how it rolls. Actually, I'm going to walk all the way across the shop here in just a minute and get some coffee, so I won't be able to watch. So if you leave, it'll be all right. Yeah, same here. Working. The deer were down eating my friggin' starch the other night. So, yeah, I got to do a double fence to keep them out of it. Apparently, they like corn. I know they like corn, but I'm just saying. Apparently, they're really attracted to my Indian corn and all my other fancy corns that I planted to try out this year to make cornmeal out of. So they're eating the sprouts right out of the ground. And then because I use organic fertilizer, Have you guys ever heard of Hoss USMC? I used to watch him and suddenly stopped doing videos. Yeah, I used to watch Hoss too. He used to come in our chats back in the day. Good morning, Walter Davis. Yeah, I don't know. He got big time, I guess. People started sponsoring him and stuff, so I don't know what happened. He's still out there, but I think somebody picked him up and put him on at one of their shoot 'em pal, pew 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 ranches, and employed him, so he doesn't do a lot of videos anymore. I got home from work an hour ago, waiting on my wife to get home. It says trying surviving. But no, I haven't talked to him for a while. So what do you got going on in your guys farms right now? I know I think Eastwind still got a few more weeks before they can plant outside, but I know Walter's busy putting indoors, trying surviving. What does it look like for you? Are you putting any gardening in? An interesting thing I've seen on a TV commercial as I was strolling through the house to get my snacks the other night was a lot of places are putting out articles, and there's a hashtag movement or pound sign for us old guys, a hashtag movement to start your victory garden. So sorry, I had to walk away. What did I miss? Nothing much, Wes. Just rambling, endless rambling, and me asking where you went. Yeah. Oh, maybe James Yeager. I think used to do a lot of training there. Yeah, I don't know. I can find out. I guess I have my business phone here. I'll scroll through it and see if I can get in touch with him. Maybe, maybe not. You never know. A lot of those guys are, got tired of telling people that this shit was coming or something was coming. I kind of got the same thing, so now I'm best back doing the morning muster and farming videos because, something. No garden, unfortunately. I need to get you on the gardening path. But anyways, back to the Miracle Grow, and other companies are putting out that we need to plant victory gardens. And I think that was yesterday's video thumbnail, but really makes you wonder. Hey, Wesh, what's up? What's up? Wait, I think I said hi to Walter. Shit. But it really makes you wonder what's going on as to why we need a victory garden. What the hell you need a victory garden? Well, back in World War II, that's how people survived. So then last night, my wife watched some show. Oh man, something to do with one of the Walking Dead characters. I'm not for sure which one, but anyways, it's one of the characters on Walking Dead. Him and his wife. One of the other cast members for Walking Dead, or two of them, but she also said something about a victory garden. So she's planting victory gardens around her property. So yeah, everybody's apparently catching on, including celebrities, that we might be having a problem. They also had a farmer on. He'd been a farmer for 40 years, talking about it's not a problem with supply so much as it is transportation. But it's going to be a problem for the meats. Now that, and I'm just preaching to the choir. I know you guys know, but now that there's a, they can't get feed corn, or they can't use the leftover from the when they make the fuel, the excess of the fuel, they usually turn that into feed, like the mash, I guess, is for lack of better terminology. But they turn that into, cow feed, animal feed, and then they're not doing that now because they're not needing it for fuel because there's an overabundance of oil. So they can't bullshit us on that. And yeah. But if you call your local feed store and you want to get, well, like a actual feed store, not a, farm and fleet store. If you call and say, hey, I want a couple thousand pounds, tonnage, any kind of tonnage from a feed mill, they're going to say, yeah, good luck finding that. I mean, at least that is the way here. So, meats are going to be going away or being more expensive. But fruits and vegetables, hopefully, if nothing else happens, will be decent. The absence of restaurants is how big blow to food producing sector of the economy. Yeah, of course. Now, a lot of that too is once the industrial farmer has no way to get rid of they just throw it back in the field and till it under, turn it into tillage. If some of those farmers would have the foresight to have a dehydrating building, smoker, depending on what you're growing, whether it's livestock or whatever. Like I'm right now working on making a couple solar dehydrators, so that any excess fruit or fruits or vegetables I can't get to in a couple days, I could go ahead and slice those up, or have the wife slice them up for one of the children, and put them in the solar dehydrator, and have that stuff cooking off, so that we don't have to throw anything away. Which we really don't. I try to recycle everything as far as make compost or feed it to the chicky mamas or something. But for the most part, yeah, no scrap unless some kind of metal you have to haul off. But usually I like to use that down till it's no good. Too. No Chinese restaurants are open here. Same here. I wonder if they all get sent back home when all this shit started. I mean, our people that own the Chinese restaurant here are Americans. They're not first generation immigrants, but they're still closed. A real good buddy of mine runs a Chinese restaurant / Mongolian grill, and they're closed. And he's born here, born and bred here. I think his grandparents or great grandparents came over here originally, so he's a second or third generation. But yeah, we don't have any Chinese restaurants. It's really upsetting, because I'd really go for some Chinese. Over half the restaurants here are dying. Damn. Same here. Yeah, there's a lot of them that are. There's a lot of them that are doing takeout, I guess. Where they'll actually, the whole building's locked up and they'll bring it out to your car. Or you can, if they have a drive-through window, of course you can go through the drive-through window. But even then, there's some places that are not open that are drive-throughs. Gotta go, guys. All right, have a great day, sir. Thanks for checking in. Hope you have an awesome day. All right. So it looks like New York is going to have a circuit breaker in place of some sort to shut the city down in case this happens again. Shut everything down. Kind of like the circuit breaker. New York will have a cerveza-bug circuit breaker in place as economies reopen. Yay. As New York prepares to let businesses reopen with the easing of the cerveza-bug pandemic, the state will have measures in place that will signal another outbreak of the disease and need to curb activity once again, Governor Cumho said Tuesday. In particular, Mr. Cumho said that either the hospital system in an area of the state that was hit with 70% or if the rate of transmission reaches 1.1, meaning that that every person who has the virus, another 1.1 are infected, that would constitute what we call a circuit breaker. Currently, statewide transmission is about 0.8, meaning less than one person infected. We want to reopen, but we want to do it without infecting more people or overwhelming the hospital system, he said to the press conference. So it looks like they're going to have you on a yo-yo now, medical yo-yo, so now they can stop you whenever they want to. And if they say on a whim that this is growing out of proportion, whether it's flu, whatever, they can just now claim it as corona or cerveza bug and take your ass right back into lockdown. So the medical tyranny is already starting. Walter Davis said just stopped off for coffee while putting the black bandana. A black guy in a red bandana walked in, thought could be a blood. Then a Spanish guy with a blue bandana. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, oh, that'd be fucked up. You'd be in the middle of a shootout because you're wearing a black bandana, so does that mean you're neutral? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to get some camo ones or some United States flag ones, which you're not supposed to wear because it's disrespectful. But that was a joke. But yeah, there's some red, white, and blue colored ones. We may have to do without okra this year. Have not been able to get any to sprout. What's up with that? Try cinnamon. Get you some cinnamon and put it on there. That's kind of a rooting hormone, like a natural version. You could buy the rooting hormone. But I would try sprinkling a little just ground cinnamon on them. I know it sounds weird and counterproductive, and you don't want spicy, but it's an anti-fungal, but it also acts as a rooting agent. So try that. Let me know if it works out. Are they too wet by chance? Walter Davis says, I thought a crypt just in case. I thought probably a crypt just in case. Get into it. I racked one round, pulled my got my coffee. Oh shit! I always carry chambered, so I don't have to worry about racking around rack. But I know you're in and out of places, so yeah, same here. Yep, and never rack around. It just caused me to eject a live round onto the ground, right? But Walter's in and out of businesses all day, and I don't know what his job is like. If he's a private contractor, or if he works for somebody, they may allow him to carry, but not carry one jacked in the chamber. Which is fine if you're a ninja. Walter Davis is a ninja. He's got a black bandana, so he doesn't need to have one. He could probably just beat you to death with the firearm pistol. We always plant seeds and they come up. Just weird that they didn't. It just could have been a bad batch of seeds. I've planted stuff before. Like hell, half the stuff I planted so far this year in my seed starts on the previous videos I've done, I haven't had anything sprout yet. So I don't know if it's just the ground. It's not warm enough yet, or or what. Like, I have plenty of water, keeping them moist. Even my seeds that are in the paper towels with the wet paper towels in the bags, because they need the humidity. They're not actually sprouting yet either. So I don't know. I practiced with a whole rack around on the leg thing, and that crap hurts. Yeah, you need a good belt. Good belt. Anything that you can get. I'm in New Jersey right now. Accidental discharges are considered attempted murder. Yep. There you go. If you got a Glock, you won't have to worry about that. But I don't think there's such a thing as accidental discharge there, Walter. It's called keep your finger out of the trigger hole. I'm just fucking with you, Walter. I know. Sometimes I'm sitting at school functions or something like that, and I got in a Kydex holster, and like, there's no way it's gonna go off. But I think to myself, well, shit, I'm facing the kids. It's in concealed carry, but stupid shit like that runs through my mind. I've never had one go off accidentally without me doing it. Put my finger in the trigger, especially now with Kydex. I've not had an issue with Kydex at all. So yeah, I had a accidental dipshit move one time and squeezed the trigger, but that was my fault. Shot a door frame. I was actually aiming at the door frame, and yeah, yep, shot the door frame. Dumbass move. But that's what happens when you play with stuff that you shouldn't, like nail guns, staple guns, any kind of gun without an extended magazine, not standard capacity magazine. Well, I don't know what the hell Stinger's doing. Maybe he's sleeping in today. So apparently, a man named Tupac Shakur has filed for unemployment in Kentucky. I wounded my couch once. Oh, shit. Yeah. America, care how you feel. No judgments here. Unless your gun is pink, then just a bit. Well, if I ever have to take a person's life in the United States, I would prefer it be with a pink gun. So that way they can't demonize me and say that I shot him with a scary black one. So yeah, that's my opinion on that one. I'm okay. I'm secure with my manhood. I could carry a pink gun. Actually, I've shot my wife's prismatic pink gun. Darn ease when I killed a ceiling fan once. Yeah, buddy. Oh man, everybody has that story. Everybody has a story. New thermal scans are being implemented. Let's check out that link. Did I post the other link up? Let's see what link we have ready there. Oh, yeah, there's that link just for your viewing pleasure. I would be interested in hearing that story one time. How you killed a ceiling fan? Was a ceiling fan on? Thermal imaging cameras could play a critical role in keeping people safe from Cerveza bug 19. So now stores are going to start implementing thermal imaging cameras. That's real friggin' great. FLIR has been producing thermal imaging cameras since the SARS epidemic in 2003, when it gained widespread use in Asia. Since the outbreak, many companies like Flexible Systems, Thermal Guardian, CrowdRx, and others have begun manufacturing cameras for use in airports, healthcare centers, and even apartment buildings in New York City, where the pandemic has hit particularly hard. In the store in Georgia, city's farmers market has already put up thermal imaging scan cameras to scan customers as they enter the store. If your temperature is above 104 degrees, they are giving a flyer that asks them to leave to protect others. The offers that the store does not, and offers that the store does their shopping for them. What in the flying fuck? So now, in order to go shopping, you're going to need to pass a FLIR body heat camera test. So it means if you come from the gym, you're not going to be allowed in because your body temperature's raised. When the tent comes in from a customer that says it's hot, are you going to make it? And it's 60 degrees outside. Geez, dude, open a window. What? Yeah, no shit. Wes, thought you lived in Texas, bro. I thought there was smart people in Texas. It's 60 degrees outside and it's getting hot. Are you going to make it? I'd be like, no, man. Nah, man. The weather outside is just frightful. It's like, man, the weather outside is frightful. I can't make it. It's 60 degrees outside. My car won't start. It's too cold outside. Wow. There's oh shit. So people are special down there. I mean, there's special people everywhere. I know, but so yeah, New York, Georgia. If you go into any big place now, you're going to be thermal image scanned. It says that we are really not focused on collecting data of any sort. It's just more about a screening tool. Right. Big giant human experiment. And then, of course, New York City has their circuit breaker in place. Wes, do you know anybody? Your East Wind Farms. Do you guys know anybody personally that has acquired the said cerveza bug? So Wes says it was 102 yesterday and the temp dropped to 58 last night. Well, whenever I was a kid, my grandmother taught me. I'm sure you know this, but my grandmother taught me, at nighttime you open the windows, let the cool air in, and then about lunchtime you would go around and close all the windows to help keep all the cool air in and the hot air out, or depend on whatever time the temperature you figure would fluctuate and spike. D-dum, we have a lot of folks from Cali here now. Oh shit, sorry Wes. Yep. So there's the numbers from yesterday. Two guys at work. Both are good to go now. Okay. So that Eastwind does know somebody in person, a couple. They got it and got over it. One friend had an older family member get quarantined, but he made it fine. Well, that's good. Good news to hear. Yeah, I've been doing a little research and when I have a few minutes, and I've come to the conclusion that people smarter than me say it's just like a regular flu, unless you have the underlying conditions, which any flu would do. And the Lord Moncton was who I'm referencing, and he says, send all the young people back to work because that's the population's not being affected, and they'll be fine. Just take precautions like you would with anything else. Wash your fucking hands. Cover your mouth when you cough. We just need to quit being No, no, Walter. All right, buddy. Have a good day. Thank you for checking in, sir. Have a great day. Be careful out there with your black mask. Don't want to be confused as a Crip Blood ninja. All right, Eastwind. Have a great day, sir. It's been going around since fall of 2019. Simple as that. Yep. I just don't think that they wanted to stop the commerce from China. Oh, hi, Riddle Girl. They don't want to stop the commerce from China, so that's why, because they would have killed their economy if they would have shut down right before Christmas and they couldn't move all their wares here. So they knew about it, and they did nothing about it. That's why they're trying to go after China now for all these things. I forget the two things. I need to find the article. But it basically is accusing China of extermination through bioweapons and something else. What's up, Riddle Girl? How are we doing today? I sent Stingy a link earlier. I think the bug came out on last year's Christmas freight. Yeah, I would agree. But that's why they didn't want to shut it down because they knew, China knew if they shut it down like that and let us know that it would collapse their economy. Sorry, I got to run outside here. The downpour has come, and I have a bunch of stuff that cannot be wet laying out here underneath something. All right, there, Stingy. Give me a minute, Stinger. Got to do some tarping here. If I can find my tarp. I was unprepared for the rain. All right, two more moments, and I'll be back in. So yeah, I think for sure that it was definitely they didn't want to screw the Chinese over. Well, the Chinese didn't want to screw themselves over by not getting their Christmas stuff sitting here. You know, they're used to shit. But I also heard that, and this is from Lord Moncton from a podcast, but he stated that the reason why they were messing around with the virus was because they wanted to make a cure for it. Good morning.
Hi. How are you?
Good. So yeah, that's what I think too. Great people think alike, I guess. What's up with Stingy today? Is he showering?
Yeah,
Is that the shower I hear running in the background with my?
that is. Yeah.
Did you have trouble waking him up this morning? Did you need a foot in his ass?
uh, I had a rough night last night, so I woke up late.
Oh,
It's not his fault. He usually gets up when I tell him to get up, but
so he's a good bitch. Is that what you're telling me? He's
I
good.
wouldn't call him a bitch. I'm the bitch.
I'll say it to his face, ma'am. I'm
I
saying,
know
I'm just
you
saying,
would.
he's a good little house bitch. He gets up like I do when my wife says, "Hey, there's something outside. Go check it out." Let's see.
So, did you
Wes says, I
share
guess
that Tupac Shakur filed for unemployment?
I did not. I shared it, but I didn't. I don't have a link to it on here. No, I don't. But I did talk about it briefly.
Uh,
That's awesome. I told you, Tupac. I knew Tupac wasn't dead. Can't kill Tupac.
well, they thought it was a prank, and he actually, his parents actually named him Tupac Shakur.
That's crazy. Oh, so he didn't change his name. They just named him that.
But yeah, that's his actual given name.
Hmm.
Crazy as that
What
is.
What was the guy that ran for Congress or president a couple years ago? Like his name was Fat Nuts or something. That was his
Oh,
actual registered name.
D's nuts.
D's Nuts. Yeah. Oh shit, people, man, they crack me up. I guess the only way to shut this guy up is to go charge him 50 cents to reset his breaker. So I will catch you all next time. All right,
What?
Wes. He's gonna
A
go
stinger
charge.
looks better today. Okay, Wes. Uh,
Ah,
ha ha ha.
he transformed. He transformed overnight. You know, he had the surgery. So Wes is gonna go reset this guy's circuit breaker for $50 because the guy is too stupid to open his windows. So hi guy, if you're watching, you're a dumbass. It's 60 degrees outside, 58. So open your windows, let the cool air in, and then when it starts
I'll be
getting
right
warm,
back.
close the windows down. All right. Roto Girl's gone. So yeah, there you go. That's what you gotta love about HVAC. You can always find somebody that doesn't care to take 2 seconds to look anything up. So I posted up the other numbers for earlier today from yesterday. Here are the new numbers. Mass famine. Vitamin C is now criminalized in America. All right. Let's check into this.
Sorry, I'm cooking breakfast, so I don't want it to burn.
Oh, that's fine. It appears the U.S. food supply is being intentionally destroyed to cause mass famine. Vitamin C is criminalized in America. Medical police state here as FBI charges doctors with felonies. 2 doctors in the viral video were actually spouting absurd statistical nonsense, bad math.
Oh, by the way, Irish, my
Yes, ma'am.
sister-in-law shared a video on Facebook of a beef farmer who was told that he had to slaughter all of his cows and then learned that some foreign beef had made land and that they were allowed to sell their shit, but they're telling them to board all their piglets and gas all their chickens and all this crap. This is some BS. What the hell is going on that they can sell foreign meat here, but they're telling all of our farmers and cattle ranchers and shit to kill their animals?
Yeah, I don't know. I've not got that memo. I would politely tell him to eat a fat dick. I don't. We don't do. We don't raise beef cattle anymore. I mean, not at a mass scale. And all the farmers around here still have all their grass-fed beef, so I'm not 100% certain.
Let me see if I can find that video and then I'll share the link.
Did you send me that in the private chat saying let me in?
Yes.
The link was already out before I started the video.
No, it was the like you know how you sit backstage? I was sitting backstage for a while.
Oh, yeah, I was outside. It started pouring down rain. I had to put some tarps on boxes. I heard you pop in. That's why I said, hold on a second. Give me a few seconds. So they're rating medical spas that give you vitamin C and vitamin D and stuff like that, treatments. There's actually SWAT teaming them, it sounds like. FBI and Department of Homeland Security raid medical spas treating cerveza bug patients with intravenous vitamin C, which is a known. Look in the medical papers a couple years ago. They said that vitamin C is perfect for health, and there's a big old debacle about the vitamin C. So 2 doctors featured in a popular video in California are actually spouting statistical nonsense. Don't be fooled. But in Ecuador, mortuary statistics show cerveza bug deaths are dramatically underreported. Real number could be as high as 10,000. African cerveza bug cases spiked 43%. WHO warns that continent could be the next epicenter.
Hey everybody.
the hold on, you got something to play here? I'm off somewhere else.
I do.
Okay. All right, you play it.
All right. This is
As long
that
as it's
video
not
I was talking about.
pornography.
Huh?
As long as it's not pornography or something.
It's the video I was talking about with the beef farmer.
Okay.
This is Shad Sullivan coming to you from the headwaters of Bitter Creek, Archer County, North Texas. We have to talk. State officials will be assisting to help identify potential alternative markets if a producer is unable to move animals, and if necessary, advise and assist on depopulation and disposal methods. Ladies and gentlemen, we are plowing under vegetable crops from coast to coast. We are euthanizing millions of chickens. We are aborting sows and burying feeder pigs. We are dumping milk by the hundreds of thousands of gallons, and now they are preparing us to depopulate the fat cattle ready to harvest because of a bottleneck created by the effects of COVID. This thing hasn't been created by COVID, but the effects of COVID and the logistics therein. We are in trouble. Our food supply is in trouble, and I am appealing to producers and consumers across the nation to start calling. Yesterday, the first shipment of imported beef from the country of Namibia hit the shores of the United States of America. And yet this morning, they are telling us to prepare to euthanize harvest-ready cattle.
Hell no.
Anyways, there's a lot more to it. It's a very long video, but I just wanted to share the beginning of that. If it piques your interest, the link is in the chat so that you can watch the rest of it later.
Okay, let me roll through here, and I'll put it up on screen. Yeah. Yeah, no. The problem is we don't have butchers here anymore. For the most part, you don't have a butcher that you could go to. So maybe we need to get some people into that trade school again, into that mindset, so we can have you can get local beef. Then it takes away from sending it to large companies. So maybe that's something that we need to look into, because the local butcher used to handle all came in from your local area. And without the local butcher, you have to send it off to some big factory now, or slaughterhouse, and they take care of it. So maybe we need to bring back the old ways of things. I mean, I know we do. I'm just saying, not cool, not cool at all. And just because they're ready to be, that they're at peak, like everything, you want to have peak, but those cows can still go out unless, like I said yesterday, they're grain fed. You can open feed them in a field, finish them on grass. Now, of course, it takes away some of your profit because you plumped them up with grain, but yeah.
I don't understand. You can call me a conspiracy theorist if you want, but it seems like there's a lot more going on here than meets the eye. And, for a virus that's not nearly as deadly as what they're calling for, it's had an awful lot of economic impacts and food impacts on this country and others. And, so I don't care what they say. This is way bigger.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely trying to shove down our throat what they want done. Why any kind of cattle producer, chicken producer? I mean, fuck, if I owned a business like that, I would turn them loose into the wild before I would slaughter them. So yeah, I mean, that is just the dumbest shit. because you're going to spend more money and energy into slaughtering said animals than you would turning them loose. For like, I don't know in what part of Texas, but I mean, I'm thinking to myself, listening to that, I would just could you imagine how, like, I've long had this fantasy. Let me turn the light on here. I've long had this fantasy that we would see buffalo roaming the United States again freely. It will never happen in my lifetime, I'm sure, or probably ever again. But you know, it is one of my my fantasies, I guess, dream because I frequently um, think about how cool that would be to have. Like, well, you guys had cattle problem at your house, right? Were those You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry.
I'm just letting you know, ma'am. Don't get all flustered with me.
No, yeah, that was a traffic jam out there. Have cattle just laying in the road, not wanting to move.
No, were they somebody's cattle or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There was like BLM land all around, and then like the area that we lived in, that particular land, I guess there was like some kind of an easement because it was considered private property, and all the cattle would just be like roaming around there that belonged to ranchers. And oftentimes, if they had like a stillbirth or whatever, we'd have to like call and try to get somebody to come out and help. And it was actually really sad because I don't think that those cattle ranchers cared enough, because there was dead cows all the time.
Well, they go ahead and have that as a loss already set up in their calculations. So I mean, you're gonna lose some, but yeah, I don't know how large their operation was, but sometimes you'd have cattle spread out over many miles. The reason social geoengineering. What up, Stingy?
What up, brother?
Brah.
Guess Stinger got uglier all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, Wes is gone. He had to go.
Oh,
He went to go charge a guy $50 to reset his breaker because the guy said it was too hot in his house. He texted him 10 times. It was 60 degrees out.
Breaker?
Yeah, it was $60 or $50, but it was 60 degrees outside, and the guy kept saying it was getting hotter in his house. And Wes is like, "Geez, can you not open a window?" Of course, he didn't text him that he's gonna go over and fix his air conditioning. But yeah, buddy.
Well, I can imagine here if my air conditioner broke, I'd be bitching too.
Right, but you would have
know how to reset my own damn circuit breaker.
But you at least have the common sense to open the windows up if it was 50 degrees outside and let the cold air in.
If it was 50 degrees outside, I wouldn't even have the air conditioner on. I'd probably have the heater on, bro.
Well, that's what this guy
cold.
Probably froze up his condenser outside, running the air conditioner that cold outside, So yeah. The hard Catholic anti-lockdown switches and lockdowns on necessary, so this will be spread. Okay, yeah. And I still cannot find. I wish I could play excerpts of that, but I know we'll get kicked off of here. Yeah, because it's legit, really good information. So yeah, but it's on the War of Info, Infowars.com. It's an interview with Lord Moncton, and it is a fantabulous interview. The guy is super educated. He even tells Alex to shut his mouth and let him finish his sentence.
Nice.
So
like that.
yeah. I was like, damn, you told the mouth of the South to shut the fuck up and let you finish your sentence. Yeah. So yeah, it was good stuff. Good
sounds
stuff.
Funny. Yeah, I like that. That dude will not shut up, and it pisses me off because, I mean, I get that's his shtick when he's talking about the freaking frog's gay. That's a shtick, right? I don't think you're really like that, but maybe you are. I don't know. But what makes me think he really is kind of like that is that he interrupts his own guests that have good points. Like educated motherfuckers who have taken time out of their busy schedule to educate your dumb ass, and here you are interrupting every few seconds. That's like when we're talking about farming, dude. I ask questions here and there, but I don't like start interrupting and talking over you about what you were about to say before you even say it. It's like, God,
Yeah.
know your people, man. Don't
Well,
interrupt people that are smarter than you.
I mean, just like us, you know, like I try to belay for you to speak, and you know, and sometimes
Well,
I want to cut in or you want to cut in, and that's fine. But like this motherfucker, I'll be like, and he'd be like,
and then it goes off on a 15-minute tirade. Yeah, I know.
right, right.
Like, dude, I think that should be a T-shirt. Let the smart people talk.
It should be. I like that shirt.
Although then other people would think they're smart when they're not, because a lot of people think they're smart when
True.
Oh shit.
they're not. Oh yeah.
So what's
I've
going
been
on?
looking at buying some gold, but I cannot find anything quarter ounce that's halfway decent. Oh,
So how much do you want to buy?
quarter ounce
A quarter ounce of gold or silver? I'm sorry.
gold.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't help you out with that.
Well, I was looking anyway. I
I
don't know
am.
if I'm gonna. I mean, I had enough for it, but I go there and they're either sold out of the stuff that's actually halfway decent, premium,
Mhm.
or or the ones that aren't sold out are ridiculous, or ones that I don't really want to buy. Like, I don't want to buy a Mexican 5 pesos. I don't care if it's gold. I just don't want it. I'd be okay with the Canadian maple leaf because that thing's pretty, but I don't really like the queen on it either. But I don't know. That's off topic, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. We got to have our daily silver and gold chat.
Yeah, gold has gone up. I mean, it's $17.13 an ounce, and silver's hanging at $15.37 an ounce. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to find silver, but trying to find silver for anything under $20 is getting harder and harder.
Well, we need to chat about that after
Okay.
this. After this little session's over, if you're interested.
Alrighty.
If you're interested, I was hoping I'd catch you this morning. So yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting. We went to bed super duper early. We had the intentions of getting up at 6 in the morning, going for a walk. No, I mean, we went to bed not even 10 o'clock. And I didn't get up until like 7:30.
Damn hanky panky. See what happens. You go to bed
It
early.
makes you tired, bro.
Take the hanky panky, and then you sleep late. So the overnight, I guess the UFO footage. The Pentagon released the actual Navy footage of the UFO, and they confirmed that the videos are real. Any clue on that? Did you hear about? No, you went to bed early, so
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
So they did a show kind of like talking about this a while back, and nobody would verify the videos, even though some of the pilots that were involved came on camera and said that it was real. But now the Pentagon has also agreed and released the information. That's the link right there for you guys and gals.
Sweet.
There's also a study that finds the historic drop in math reading scores since the adoption of Common Core, which you don't need a link to. You don't need a link to know that, right?
Big surprise.
Common sense is not a common virtue, and they're making you dumber by making you do Common Core math, because 4 plus 4 is not 8; it could equal 9 in some cases,
If you can
or
show
2
your
plus
work.
2. Yeah. U.S. intel officer believes that there's 45,500 corpses were incinerated, and one I don't know. U.S. intelligence officials believe the true scale of China's cerveza bug outbreak is less, at 50 times worse. That there are at least 60,000 dead. 60,000 dead bodies per month could have been processed by the funeral homes in Wuhan, Han. Speaking to Fox News, the Trump administration said that PRC numbers, as reported today, seem arithmetically impossible. There you go. So
I
yeah,
don't know. Did they use Common Core math?
probably. The speech impediment's not from my retardation; it's from brain injuries.
Well, that's a weird word anyway. I don't even think I could do it, and I haven't had a brain injury that I know of.
Pandemic passport and the danger of immunodiscrimination. So now they're going to start. You missed it earlier. They're putting in FLIR thermal cameras to intercept you before you come in the store. And if you are your temperature is above 101.3, they're going to hand you a flyer and ask you not to come in the store and infect anyone else with whatever you may have. So if you just get done at the gym and you're all hot and sweaty, you're not going to be able to go to the store.
Well, probably Walmart. Maybe that's why they're trying to take out the little mom and pop stores.
Well, yeah, they're gonna make sure you can't do anything without their. This is gonna be like we talked about before, the medical 9/11.
Yep.
Now the Chinese warns the U.S. to halt military operations in the South China Sea. So there's the proverbial Mexican standoff, but with the Chinese. So they're bolstering against us. We're bolstering against them. They're sucking up the ocean floor and building islands in the South China Sea and claiming it as territory. So UK removes China from the official cerveza bug statistics over wonky death toll. So the WHO is ran by a communist. Look at it and figure it out on your own there. So anything that comes out of their mouth at the WHO. Did you also hear that President Trump is not going to, we're not going to, Bill and Melinda Gates and the WHO come out with the first round of vaccines, and they're going to, we're not going to participate in the trials, and we've dropped funding to the WHO.
Good.
Yeah, so that's a great thing.
I agree with.
Well, they're funded, they're basically run by communists. Originally, I guess last year, the WHO was run by a Chinese lady that was a communist, still to the Communist Party. And then now I think it's run by, it's a male, but I forgot. I wish I could find this damn article, man, because I want you to,
right? Yeah.
Everybody, this Lord Moncton dude is fucking super intelligent. WHO mysteriously deletes tweet about reinfection as immunity passports are being debated. So yeah. So you're not only going to have to make sure you pass the strenuous background check to get the passport, but you're also going to have to make sure that you're up to, get ready.
Are you just going to allow this shit to go on and happen? I mean,
there's no need. There's no point to to abide by. They're all bogus laws. If they come out with shit like that, say no. Say no. U.S. beefs up gunship presence in the Gulf, ready to back Trump's Iran red line. So there's our other war footing. We're going to blow the shit out of some Iranians. So yeah, there's that. Blow the shit out of some Iranians. Archive of Biden accusers, mother calling CNN scrubbed from Google Play catalog. So they're going ahead and removing all the evidence to try to get this man into office. So
wait, what are they scrubbing?
They scrubbed his archive of Biden's accuser's mother calling CNN scrubbed from Google Play catalog. What in the fuck are you doing? Crazy ass cats. Like I'm sitting here. I've been sitting here the whole time, and they just stormed out of here.
It
Because
doesn't matter. He's not getting elected. I don't care what they try, man. There ain't no way.
Small businesses in Catch-22 began to revolt, defy state stay-at-home order, or face collections, is what they're saying now. So if you don't know what happened, to all those out there, the small business loans that they put out there, big business took because they said if you had under 500 employees at a location, you could apply for small business loans. So big corporate America, being what they are, had already laid off a shit ton of people. So they applied for the loans. So all the big corporations stole the money from the little person from the mom and pop place. And there's the link to that. China brokerage forced to retract report admitting unemployment rate is at 20%. So China's unemployment rate 4 times higher than the official. They said their unemployment rate's only 20%. All right, yeah. You locked down the entire fucking country with force.
Hey, your unemployment is only 20% when you kill like 30% of them.
Well, they're killing up to 60,000 a day is what just said up there.
Yeah, once they're dead, they don't count them for unemployment anymore, bro.
Senator Tom Cotton is calling for a ban on Chinese students from studying science in the U.S. Because the 2 science students, one of which was a lieutenant in the Chinese Republican Army, along with the Harvard professor, was the ones that supposedly sent these samples to Wuhan. So that's interesting. Nancy bitch Pelosi pitches a universal basic income to cope with the pandemic.
Socialism.
Yep. So she's trying to roll in the socialism while what happened to when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
No, now when the tough going gets tough, we send your ass $1,200.
You get swatted when out nowadays if the tough get going. Okay, so the doctor
money and don't complain.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to send me free money, that's fine. But I'm just going to use it to pay bills. So you're just really screwing yourself if you send it to me. Because I'm not going to go out and buy anything extra. And I'm sure as fuck not going to buy a new car. So
I'm going to buy some gold or silver with it.
Yeah. Put it in some hard assets or, pay something off. But no. So a petition to oust WHO's Dr. Tedros attracts more than 1 million signatures. So this is the guy I was talking about. He's a communist as well. I forget what country he's from, but there's the link to that. No, hold on. Let me put the link over there before I go. There's so much information to fucking just parse through and check out, Right. I mean, and I just don't have the time right now. I'm like trying to get this shit done. It's raining again today. I gotta make a haul off a couple loads of scrap today for Granny. Yeah, it's just, man. California suspends First Amendment rights in response to protests. No.
Protest? We're gonna see you can't do that no more.
Yeah. New study: the flu vaccine is significantly associated with the risk of shit. Let me start all over. I'm Irish USMC Vet. We're going to say this right. New study: the flu vaccine is significantly associated with an increased risk of corona cerveza bug virus. So there you go. The flu vaccine has been accused of significantly associating you with the increased risk of getting cerveza bug. So if you take the flu shot, you're at a more higher risk to supposedly get said cerveza bug. So yeah, there you go. There's that article right there for you to divulge and enjoy later after I'm long gone working on stuff. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. drops new bombshell. Bill Gates coronavirus vaccine will pay out billions. Well, yeah, it's going to pay out billions. We just talked about Mr. Guns, Coast to Coast, talking about they had 9 years worth of sales in, 2 months?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. Montana County demands citizens wear government-issued armbands to shop in grocery stores. What the fuck? Yeah! Wolverines! You're out of your fucking mind. I'm not taking any of your marks of the beast, whatever it may
Only
be.
problem is, I mean, for people like me, even with a garden, that's not going to feed me all year round.
Bro, you have Sam's Club. Just don't worry.
Well, they might want to make me have a wristband too.
That's impossible. I'll tell him to eat a dick.
Okay.
You want me to call him?
Not right now. We'll wait.
Okay. I mean, you do have to have a card, but I mean, it's a paid membership.
Can you call on yourself?
So yeah. So now you can't even suggest a protest online because your freedom of speech is being removed because that's probably
Really?
racist or hate speech. Yeah, they were talking about it yesterday, talking about removing it. If you posted up a meeting of some sort, and that way, they could go ahead and take you down so that your protest wasn't considered hate. CDC failed corona cerveza bug virus tests were tainted with cerveza bug, and the Fed confirmed that. So China, that was the article I was looking for yesterday. China sent us tainted tests that were already tainted with cerveza bug, and I post that right there. So that was what I was talking about yesterday. So if you've seen yesterday's chat, you'll know that fucking the tests were tainted that came from China. Diane Feinstein, 3 Senate colleagues sold off stocks before cerveza bug crash reports. So Diane Feinstein alerted somebody that stock market was going to crash, and yeah, so that's still inside trading that they're not supposed to be doing.
But they get away with it because they're the ones that make the laws.
Yeah.
Our system is broke big time.
The new cerveza bug 19 authoritarians will only give up power if they fear blowback. The only blowback they will see will be from the end of the hammer of the sword of God that we all carry around tucked under our shoulders and in our pants. So
yeah, that's what I like to call it.
Fear the sword.
What's up, little hammer of God?
Fear the sword because I bring the lightning, boom, thunder, crack. I call it the boomstick, but renowned microbiologist claims that Wuhan lab did absolutely crazy things with the cerveza bug. I don't know which one that is. It's also a Zero Hedge article. Sorry to bombard you with articles today, but I want to have these as well as whenever I want to go back and look at them, I can go back and look at them. But like I said, I'm going to be busy this week. They demand unemployment. Biz owner shocked at angry response when she tells staff their paycheck. Let's see. Salon owner Jamie Black Lewis. That is weird. Jamie Black Lewis. Of the Oasis Meta Spa Salon in Woodinville, and Amity Spa in Bothell, said her employees were furious because they were already making more money being unemployed. So that's coming to fruition. It's coming to fruition already. That what I said was going to happen. People would rather take the $2,000 unemployment plus their check than actually go back to work. So,
well, I mean, it's awesome, isn't it? Free money.
Yeah.
The problem is if you then start actually giving a fuck of where that money's coming from and realize that there's no such thing, then it opens your eyes. But if you're not, if you're just too focused on the free money. Yeah.
And of course, I'm not going to ever find this article. I'm going to have to record the video and submit a request to repost it. America held hostage, day 44. The cerveza bug is used by the elite to attain more power. Day 44. Are we at day 44 or day 45 today? I'm not 100% certain.
Well, you have it labeled as day 46, but I mean, shit, dude, I don't even know anymore, man. I lost count. I thought we were ahead of it. I thought we quarantined before the technical shutdown of America.
Yeah, I did go, but today's 46. Yesterday was 45. And yesterday was the picture. If you look at the live replay, it shows everybody plant the the Victory Garden. The picture is the Victory Garden. They're already starting that right now here in America. So, we're a few months advanced of that, but that's also great to know that America is telling you to plant your own shit because you're going to need it. California man thrown in psychiatric hold for expressing concerns about Bill Gates vaccines. Well, I tell you what, let Bill Gates take all those vaccines and shove them right up his little fucking chocolate starfish, and let us know how it turns out for him. See if he gets what all those funky ass diseases. What's that stuff that they get that they say but they won't say because it would cause too much drama? Autism. Yeah, shove them all up his ass and see if he gets autistic. Or dies. Let's see. Yeah, just like the guy. I don't know if anybody could find the video, but there used to be a guy who said that worked for Monsanto or Bayer or whatever for the Roundup. He's like, "Oh, this shit's safe to drink," and then when they asked him to drink it, he's like, "No, I'm not drinking a cup of that. No, because it'll kill you. It'll kill you." Elon
People like
Musk.
to lie, man. People love to lie. That's what happens. Don't believe in God anymore, man. And what's the point of telling the truth? You know? What's the point of morality?
Yeah.
You know, I've had atheists before come up and tell me like, "Oh, we still believe in morality." And I'm like, "No, you don't, because if you're a true atheist, you don't fear a judgment. So therefore, you should be able to do whatever you want without any kind of thing." Or like, no, we still think it's immoral to kill and do yada yada. I'm like, "No, you don't, because that's Christian beliefs, bro. Why do you believe that that's bad? You know, right. There's no reason."
Idiots. I don't believe it.
If there is no God, then there is no moral compass.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I've had them try to convince me though the other way, and I'm like, no. All that shit is the same as Judeo-Christian beliefs.
No. Don't start.
Maybe you should have different morals that aren't the exact same, right?
Stop playing. Jesus, man, what the fuck? You have to start now. Food riots and supply shortages are here 4 days ago from full spectrum survival. They're even talking about celebrities are even on there. My wife watched some show last night that has Jeffrey Dean Morgan from The Walking Dead. And the lady that played one of the other characters, I think it was Carl's mom or some shit like that. Anyways, they planted a victory garden. They're planting victory gardens in their neighborhoods. And then that was a commercial I seen on that too, from yesterday that I posted up the picture. That's a picture of my TV. Why the fuck do we need victory gardens? Are we at war? No. Well, technically we are. Technically we are, but why are they telling people to plant victory gardens? Why is a place that sells,
Isn't that a good
fertilizer?
Thing, I would have thought you would have been happy about that.
I am very happy, but the dire consequences of what that means. People starved to death in World War II and during the Great Depression had these same gardens.
Right.
And then you have fucking people of authority saying, "Oh, you just got to put seed in the ground." How many of these victory gardens do you think are going to be successful?
Right, not very many, but
If the food, I always hate seeing that fucking sign on the interstate that says, "Without truck drivers, there would be no food." Well, not that may be correct in today's time, but if you don't fucking have your own food growing or the fucking capability to understand how it works, the truck drivers wouldn't get it to you either, because why? They can't get it to you fucking now.
right.
Or if they do, you know, I don't know. I'm just so fucking aggravated with the whole thing. Like, you took the fucking, we've taken the butchers out of our areas. We've taken the, you know, now they're bringing back farmers markets because all the fucking yuppies want fucking fresh food.
Yeah.
If you want to, the government to some extent allows you to accept food stamps or EBT cards, but it's like a 26-page packet for me to accept your EBT card. Not yours, but you know what I'm saying?
I've had one.
No, I didn't mean to say that. I said
know.
yours.
I just saying that I understand how that shit works. So you're not, it's not missed on me. I know.
So I have to fill out a 26-page paper to
Back in the
accept.
day, though, you couldn't take an EB card into anywhere other. You had to have non-cooked food. Like if I went into a Walmart, I could buy boxed food, just fine. I could buy soda, which I did. But if I went to the deli and wanted to get some of that fried chicken that they have there, I couldn't do that because that's already hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
That's not EBT. That wasn't EBT friendly. But now, I'm not on it, so I can't tell you how it works now. But I see EBT accepts signs at McDonald's.
What?
And other fast food restaurants, yes. And I don't know how that shit works because I'm not on it anymore, but like that, no, I don't know. Maybe they changed the rules. I have no idea.
All I know is that it's 26 pages for me to fill out to accept it for them to purchase, farm goods. I would think that would be the easier, like here's a 1-page paper for me to be able to accept EBT for them to buy healthy, good stuff. But you can go, like you said, you can go to a fucking gas station now and buy fucking fried chicken tenders with it. It sounds like so. Yeah, I see those signs everywhere.
Yeah, like in the strangest of the places, man. You go get your taxes done. We accept EBT. What?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Right.
I'm still dumbfounded the first time I saw it on a fast food restaurant. I don't get it.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I've never seen it at a restaurant, but hey, everything is definitely changing. Let's see what's going on. Nothing else there. So the U.S. has confirmed, like I said, that there are UFOs. The Pentagon released that. Medical police state, as we talked about earlier, FBI and HHS raid medical spas. SWAT teams now are raiding the spas.
Why?
Because they're given intravenous vitamin C. Let's see what else.
Wow. People are just allowing this to take place.
Yeah. The Victory Garden is what's the scariest thing to me, is like right now at this current time and moment. Because they're telling you there's a hashtag movement, or pound sign for us old folks, like I said earlier, that we should start Victory Gardens. Well, why the fuck are they telling you to start a Victory Garden? Because they're telling you what they're going to do. They're going to fucking fuck us all.
Mm-hmm.
But go back and do your research on, all that fancy stuff. Mother Earth News is obviously the place I'm going to send you to, but let me see if they have a Victory Garden. And the funny part about a Victory Garden is nobody in here is going to eat half the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. I was like, ugh, I don't want that.
Right. So it doesn't matter if you plant a Victory Garden or a bok choy garden or a fucking celery garden. If people are not going to eat it, they're not going to eat it.
Right.
So
It don't taste like McDonald's.
designing a cerveza bug victory garden. First steps, Mother Earth News. You've got to be shitting me. They have bought into it too.
Everybody's bought into the lie, bro. If you don't buy into the lie, you're deemed a conspiracy theorist. And that's worse than being called a racist nowadays.
I don't know if this is done by somebody else or if it's an actual let's open it up and we'll take a look at it. Plant your I mean it's good that the Mother Earth News is telling you to do this. 9 first crops for your cerveza bug victory garden. Holy mother of God, you have got to be shitting me. 7 benefits of growing a victory garden. Sow for victory. That's an old article though. Lettuce types for your cerveza coronavirus. The Good Acre, surviving hard times with the family garden. That's from an older one. Fight for your right to grow your own food. That's actually, yeah, it was illegal gardening in World War I and World War II that coined the victory garden. Front yard tomatoes, like a lot of places in states, big cities and shit, you can't grow a garden in your front yard. I, however, would suggest that you do whatever the hell you need to do to grow wherever you need to grow, like the food forest, like the toss and go pods that I've talked about for seed pods or seed tossing. I don't remember what the hell it's called right now. I get so mad whenever I see that. I'm like, motherfucker. Ah!
Seed bombs?
Seed bomb. There you go. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I just get so, like, motherfucker, we're all going to fucking die here because you're telling people to plant a fucking victory garden.
Yeah.
On TV, they have the hashtag plant your victory garden today. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know. I know
It's
it might be a sign that they're about to fuck us, but at the same time, it's a good idea to grow a garden, even if it is half of it you want to eat.
It is a fucking 100% good idea to grow a garden, and I've been telling you that for a while. Not you in general, but like, it just aggravates me that now it wasn't fucking 2 weeks ago. They won't sell you seeds, but now they're telling you to go out and do this because they're inevitably planning on the collapse of the economy. So yeah, but now we are super fucked because now you're gonna have people out here trying to garden and not knowing shit. Kale is a good one. That's good. Radishes are great. Tomatoes are great. Peppers are great. I have not had a lot of success with peppers. But cucumbers are great. Peas and beans are great. Zucchini is fucking outstanding, just like cucumber. But yeah, that's what the original Victory Garden had like rutabaga, okra, and a lot of people don't like that stuff. So plant your cerveza bug Victory Garden. So yeah, but I don't know. Jesus. Victory gardens were popular during world wars in the United States. In response to promotional posters, 3 million new garden plots were planted in 1917, and more than 5.2 million were cultivated in 1918. And up to 20 million victory gardens were planted in 1942 to 1944, according to History.com. 20 million victory gardens. Can you imagine all those gardens and all the potential growth in yards, containers, schoolyards, and company green space? The promotional effort was popular. They turned it to educating people on how to preserve their harvest by canning and drying their crops. Numbers like that strengthen local food security, garden by garden. Victory gardens raise morale as well as crops. I feel like we could use some morale raising during Cerveza Bug 19. There's so much uncertainty. We don't know whether there will be food shortages or economic changes that would impact food purchasing power. Growing a garden could nurture confidence and a greater sense of food security, as well as a source of healthy food for you and your family. In the immediate moment, it provides a productive therapeutic project, a focus, fresh air, and a meditative activity. Gardening can be a solitary and healing project, Perfect for social distancing, gathering. Gardening can also welcome distraction from the news and social media. Gardening therapy is real. Let the zen of the garden nurture you as you grow your own food. History.com states that in the Victory Gardens of the 1900s, some of the most popular produce grown included beans, beets, cabbage, carrots, kale, colibri, lettuce, peas, tomato, turnip, squash, and Swiss chard. I'd be happy with the same lot in my harvest basket now in 2020. We grow a lot of these crops and more on our farm in Maryland. I'm here to help gardeners grow some of their own food in the garden, so let's get started. And then the article goes on, tells you about square foot gardening and stuff like that we've talked about before. And they also promote their books. Good morning, Stan. Unfortunately, you got here late.
Right.
Late was watching this. Okay, what is that? Scientist who worked at Ford Dietrich, who was calling out Fauci for the medical crony capitalist. Yeah, he is. He's a shill for the fucking big pharma. We posted that a couple weeks back about how Trump was going to lay the hammer down on him because he's he's pushing whatever big pharma wanted at the time. Homeowners across the country face citations for illegal gardening.
What?
Yeah.
Illegal gardening.
In Des Moines, Iowa. This is in 2013, but I don't know if some of this still goes on. So, illegal front yard garden, Des Moines, Iowa considers home garden ban. Seeds of discontent. I'll post the article up, but this is just the tyranny of you can't put what the fuck is the difference now? If you live in a homeowners association, that's totally different.
Yeah, you sign up for that when
you signed up for that.
Yeah.
So there's that article. Yeah. So if you move into HOA, you're as dumb as fucking dumb can be. But anyways, there's that article. So you check out. So it's a daunting task to plant the garden. There's going to be a lot of failure, especially with these victory gardens, because nobody knows how to plant. Nobody knows how to do anything. Not nobody, but I'm saying the majority of people, especially people like whenever fucking dumbass Cumho, was he the mayor of New York or whatever, the governor or whatever? Cumho, I call him Cumho because he's just full of fucking dumb shit. There's a lot of dead babies floating around his fucking brain. But anyways, there's a lot of involvement in it, and I take it for granted because I do it. And so that's why Stinger's here to, to ground me and say, hey, dumbass, not everybody knows this. So he's my little voice in my ear saying, hey, do this video, which I'm working on. I'm just super busy this week. I got a bomb dropped on me last Friday. So, yeah. So, anyways,
I'm telling you though, a lot of your videos don't even have to be gardening. I mean, yeah, if you want to do videos on gardening, then you should, obviously. But I'm sure you could do videos on some of the stuff that you don't even think you could. Like I said before, how to use a greasing gun, a greaser gun, right?
Yeah.
Don't know. That's a great video, man. What are you fixing today, and what tool are you using to fix it? Let's talk about maintaining that tool, how to use that tool properly.
Well, this is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without me, my rifle is useless. Without my rifle, I'm useless. It is also a tool. And I am the tool bag that owns said rifle, and I know how to run a rifle. So, yeah, anyways. Sorry, I had to do it. Had to do it. All right. Got to get busy today. Let me see what else is going on over here. See if there's anything I don't write this shit down because I would just be like blah 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 blah, spitting and sputtering across it.
A lot of good, interesting news articles. I think there's a lot more people waking up to the idea that this is a bunch of bullshit. The problem is I don't believe anybody is gonna give a shit enough to do anything about it. They should, right? And some do. Some go on their little protest or whatever. But as a country, we just all need to stand up and say, "Fuck you." I ain't going through all that shit to get a gallon of milk, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know, man. It's a fucked up nightmare mess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against the Victory Gardens by any means. They're perfect. They're outstanding. If nothing else, to get you outside and get you learning about how to farm. It's just scary to me to think that they're pushing this nationally now. And if you go back and research World War I and World War II, whenever they had this Victory Gardens, the amount of people that were self-sufficient then,
Yeah.
that there was people dying of starvation, and they were super self-sufficient then.
Yep.
So the magnitude of the deaths that are about ready to fucking happen, if you're planning a Victory Garden, the shit has hit the fucking fan. Like, the shit, I repeat, the shit has hit the fan, to quote the Prepared Mind. The proverbial shit that hit the fan was the cover-up of the cerveza bug. But if they're telling you, as a fucking nation, that we need to go out and plant Victory Gardens right now, you are fucked. The shit has fucking hit the fan. And not just any fan, the big ass fan that's blowing you across. It's like a fucking tornado of shit hitting the fan. How about that? Or a hurricane or a water spout, whatever you fucking understand. They're telling you to do this. There's probably a good reason behind that. Just like the whole, you need 2 weeks worth of food. Did they know something was coming? Probably. Did they know it was going to be this? No. But that being said, they knew something was coming. They had privy to information. So check out Mother Earth News articles. I'm posting them up as we go along here. But yeah, the shit has hit the fan. If you think for one fucking minute that they're putting out nationally that you should grow a Victory Garden, well, we're not at war. Technically, I guess technically we are. We're still in Afghanistan or one of the stands, but Walter Davis is back.
We're always at war.
Fall will be very interesting. They're talking about people are starving to death whenever things were good. Imagine what it's going to be like. You're going to have to stand outside with a rifle to protect your crop from people. If we don't all get on a Victory Garden in your front yard, and they're already talking about culling. Riddle Girl showed us the video about that. Fuck culling them, turn them loose. Let them run wild. Let that shit run wild. Before I would cull them, I would let them run loose.
Right.
It's better to let them go, and let them go eat somebody's fancy ass lawn in their fucking multi-million-dollar house than it is to cull them and take meat and stuff from another country. Why? That's a dumb. I fully understand that we have to go outside of the country for things, but in order to be a real country, we need to produce 90% of our shit here.
What's funny is this is something that I didn't really think about, and even Real Girl didn't think about it. And all of a sudden she's reading these articles, and I'm like, you know what? We should probably get a deep freezer after yesterday talking with you. We should stock up on meat, right?
Yeah.
Well, everybody's sold out of deep freezers. Why? Because everybody else has already had that fucking idea and are preparing for that. I guess maybe they bought it because of the cerveza bug or whatever first.
No, they came out yesterday or 2 days ago and said everybody should stock up on meat because of what's going on. And then it spread through Facebook, so everybody went out like they did with toilet paper and bought all the fucking deep freezers.
Yeah, it's messed up, bro. I might have to. You know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna research the best one and get a really good one. No, now I'm happy to find anything.
I want that $200 one from Walmart.com.
Right.
The chest type, it doesn't matter.
Stan says his freezers are still almost full here. Like to buy, or your freezer is full. That's my stores, the ones I've been to anyway, are sold out.
If I start seeing a lot more hunters, they'll become the hunted, Stan. The real zombie apocalypse will be when hordes of yeah. Well, may I say that the great geniuses that be introduced the Bouncing Betty mine for such reasons. Our freezer is full, but has been since this has started. We keep topping it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea. We never had a deep freezer. We were thinking about getting one when we were in Ash Fork, you know, out in the country, but we were off grid. So we had, at that time, we were looking at getting a solar power or one that can run off very little electricity that's really insulated because, you know, you don't want to run on a lot of electricity on solar panel. And we had found a company who did it, but we had never gotten there before we left. And then since we were living in the city, we were like, this place is really small. So that was the last thing that was on our thought process at the time. We still have a canner, and we still plan on going and buying as much meat as we can and canning it. But I'd like to have some for freezing too. Patriot in the Dark is checking in. Good afternoon, fellow Americans. What's this?
Good afternoon, sir.
Stan saying hello back. How we doing? Hope you have enough supplies for the incoming food shortages.
Sorry, I'm just going through the articles. I really want to try to find that thing, but I guess it doesn't matter. But it was a really great. Like, I would send you guys over to listen to it, but fucking Alex, it just drives you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you get a chance to, I think it was. Shit, I don't even know. The days all run together. What was it yesterday? No, maybe Sunday. Today, what is today?
Today is Wednesday, I believe.
All right, so Sunday or Monday of this week, you can go back and listen to the Alex Hones radio show, and they has a really intelligent guy, Lord Moncton, on there. He has a website that's called Watts, WATTS, up with that, and a lot of interesting things. He talks about the extra pairs of the virus that have the HIV virus into it. So, freezer's almost full, says Stan, and you already said hello to Patriot in the Dark.
Yeah.
New dishwasher has sanitized function. We don't have to boil the jars. Sweet. Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, learn something new every day. Great. That's awesome. Yeah, I can put my jars in there and sanitize the.
You
That's
can also
awesome.
do it in your oven, though, if you do it at a low enough heat. I've been told. I don't think I've ever done it that way, but I've been told you can.
The sanitize function, is that just to clean the dishwasher, or actually sanitize the dishes?
It's to sanitize the dishes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I need to look
It's
at
like
mine
a
now.
hot steam thing.
I need to look at mine now. I usually just keep them in boiling water, like it suggests.
Yeah, it's easier.
The caps, anyways, after I sanitize the jars. Yeah. I've purchased a lot of new brewing equipment. So
Dan's over here using the Celsius on us. I have no idea how hot that is. I know that's hotter than 70 Fahrenheit.
I have a cheat sheet somewhere for that.
Do you?
Yeah, hold on. 70
Supposedly the metric system is better than the American standard version or whatever, and I get that. But Celsius, there's such a like there are so many different Fahrenheit levels in between 70 and 71 Celsius.
It's like 150 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you go.
Roughly.
158, Stan says.
Yeah. I had to go find my cheat sheet. The metric system is more is easier for me. Because
Really?
that's what
Not for me.
Pretty much everything I do is metric. I mean I could do standard because
When
but I
like,
like
oh shoot, this is zeroed in for 100 meters. Okay, 100 yards ish.
right.
That's my conversion right there.
Well, millimeters makes some more sense. I don't know, to me. Like I said though, either way, I got a little slide rule, I got a little book, all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's something I need, I guess, because
I
bought
have no idea. 730 packs of brewing supplies. Right on, brother. Right on. Yeah, I have a small warehouse. Don't tell the wife. I stack coffee, Copenhagen, and cerveza. The kind you drink, not the kind that you inhale from the atmosphere. So I have all my vices stocked away.
I don't have any vices anymore. It's very sad.
Yeah, I mean, you won't ever see me drink, like, hardly ever, but I do have a few cases stocked away. And he'll get the Copenhagen reference because, every Marine has to have Copenhagen beer. And in your early days, you have to know where the strip club is, too, which was conveniently placed outside of most front gates.
I was watching the boot camp or basic training for the Marines videos last night. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Did it
so you were at the San Diego one?
Yep. I was a Hollywood Marine. I got a choice of duty stations. And all that good stuff. You didn't want to go
to the one where they were training the girls?
Hell no.
South Carolina, is it?
Yeah. Cherry Point's north. San Diego and Paris Island.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I didn't want to go to Paris Island was because I heard about the sand fleas. And so I got a choice to go where I wanted to, because usually if you're on the East Coast, you go to Paris Island, and if you're on the West Coast, you go, in between. And so because of my super intelligence at the time, I got to go choose my boot camp and my duty station and what I wanted to do.
Is it true that you had to call your family or whatever with a pre-written message?
Oh, no.
Because on there, they're like, they get one phone call where they have 3 chances to get a hold of their relatives, and then it's got a sheet right on the phone that they're reading off. Like, do not send this to this to this to this to this.
Yeah, we didn't get him. I don't think we got to make any phone calls. Maybe one, maybe. And that was just to tell them when we were graduating, when they could come in and see us. I don't think we got to make any phone calls.
Well, Patriot in the Dark was a Hollywood one, too.
All right, my man.
Oh, yeah. Hollywood Marine. Remember we were watching the video, I was talking to him about that.
Yeah, that was pretty eye-opening, though. Boy, those guys go through a lot.
Apparently, he didn't even get to call his relatives, so that must be a new thing they implemented.
Yeah.
What about
drop your socks, or drop your cocks and grab your socks, boys. It's time to go.
Yeah, I like hearing about that kind of stuff. I don't know why.
I'll never forget. You probably heard this story before, but I'll tell everybody else.
Okay.
Since I have to take the video down anyways.
Yeah.
I will tell you. So we're in the middle of training at San Diego, and they take us into the theater, and I'm sure Patriot in the Dark will remember where the theater is for a POI, which is period of instruction. And then all of a sudden you hear whoop, whoop, like we're getting bombed or something, right? The air raid sirens are going off. So the company commander comes on stage, and he's like, "All right, Marine or recruits, whatever. I forget if they call us Marines or recruits yet. I think we're still recruits."
Right.
Comes on stage, he's like, "Recruits, we've got a declaration of war, and we're gonna, he's going through this big long spiel about how we're going to fucking Iran or Afghanistan or something. We were going to war with Iraq, maybe that's what it was.
Right.
And you've all been completed in your boot camp now. You're all Marines now. Anybody that doesn't want to be deployed, raise your hand now so we can get you out of here."
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have been there for a month and a half, 2 months, right?
Right.
So you're ready, right?
You're close.
There were people
Wow.
that raised their fucking hands because they were just there for college. Why you would join the Marine Corps to get college? I would go to the Air Force, the National Guard, something. But anyway, so we actually had quite a few people raise their fucking hand and say that they did not want to go to war.
Wow.
They quietly took those people out and then told us it was all a fucking hoax to weed out the weak.
Did they at least allow you to keep your Marine title after that for those who didn't?
No, hell no. Hell no. You went right
recruits?
back. You went right back to fucking maggot or whatever they wanted to call you.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, a 30-second call to say you made it. Oh, yeah.
A really quick call where you have to read off a script, and they're reading fast, bro, because 30 seconds, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like I said, the only time I think we got to make a call was to notify our parents or our loved ones that were coming in for graduation. And even then, I don't think it was, that long, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. But we'd already claimed the title Marine at that point, and went up the Reaper.
This is something that happens like as soon as you get there.
Yeah, it was like they were like, "This recruit has made it to Paris Island. Please do not send blah 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 blah." And that was the end of it.
They don't even use their own name. Like, "Hey, Dad, no. This recruit has made it too." Like,
no, we didn't know. No, we got there. You hit the yellow footprints, and then it's a fucking shit show from there on out. Right. I knew what it was about. Like I said, my uncles and my family had been in the military, so I knew the fuck games were going to ensue. So yeah, basic is all just a mind fuck. I was okay with it. I knew it was coming. I was in the delayed entry program for almost a year before I went because I was in high school. I left right out of high school. So I knew what was going on. The only real bitch complaint that I have was my recruiter sent me a fucking letter in the mail to boot camp with the fucking rank on it. And that is forbidden because you are a recruit. He sends it to me about 3 weeks in, so he knew I was going to get trashed by the fucking drill instructors. And this prick sent me a fucking thing saying Lance Corporal so-and-so instead of recruit. He did it on purpose. And I sent him a letter back saying, "I'm going to beat your ass whenever I get home." So, yeah, I got trashed in the sand pit for quite a bit over that.
Walter Davis wants to know what happened to the people who raised their hands.
They got booted out after they tortured them for about 3 days, and then they put them in protective custody because they were afraid they were going to get locked and socked.
So basically, you went through all that shit to be handed or shown the door.
Yep. They gave you the option to be recycled to day one, and that means you just hit the footprints again. You start all over in a new battalion. So that you wouldn't be murdered in your sleep, or that they would discharge you, like pretty much a dishonorable discharge, or
oh shit, really? You can get a dishonorable discharge even if you haven't technically made it in?
Yeah, we had a guy,
Holy
Firewatch chased him down. He jumped the fence, had turned his camis inside out, and was trying to board an airplane forcefully. Yeah. He got a dishonorable discharge. We had one guy stand in front of the chow hall and married, had 3 kids, and report that he was a homosexual and he liked to suck dick, sir, was his correct terminology. So they took him out and put him in protective custody because he couldn't hack it. It was a great experience. Like I would do it all over again because it was that fun. Because like I said,
be a drill instructor or something, huh?
I
But
knew
what happens if you're like you've been a couch potato and you decide to go in there and you can't like fucking do all the stuff they want you to do?
There's a
Go get
prerequisite.
dishonorable discharge?
No, there's a prerequisite before you go. You have to do so many pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, and have a minimum run time. And now they do the combat fitness test in correlation with a physical fitness test. So not only now do you do the PFT, which is crunches, pull-ups, and run. Then after that, I don't know if it's the same day or not, but you do a combat fitness test where you drag a body or a dummy. You do ammo can drills. You throw grenades. They've changed it up a whole lot. And then, of course, you still have to maintain fitness, and you still have to do Marine Corps Mixed Martial Arts, MCMAT, and all kinds of other good stuff along with that. So I mean, not only are you paid, you're basically paid to stay in shape, but you also have to go to the rifle range and qualify. You have to requalify on all your hazmat certifications if you're hazmat certified. I mean, it's a lot of shit to maintain. So.
I was surprised that they said they only get paid like $20,000.
Oh yeah. You're poor. You're poor. By yeah, for sure. You're poor.
That's messed up.
I know. That's why on my my Facebook thing it says, you do 4 years in Congress, you get 150,000 for life.
Yeah.
But you put your life on the line, you get 20 grand.
It's messed up, bro.
You don't even get private stripe until you pass your MOS training. Is that in the Canadian? Well, it just depends. Like if you're a Eagle Scout, they give you private first class. There's ways to get private first class if you're a platoon leader out of boot camp. We call it RTU, return to unit. Yeah, they call it recycling. They recycle you back to day one. And then, most people, unless you really, really want it, would not. They would flunk out on purpose. Figure out some way to go home or get put in med platoon. Some of them were sent there actually by the court as well, saying that if you don't join the military, we're going to send you away, just because they're a nuisance, not because they've done armed robberies or anything, but
creative discipline.
I don't know if that's still the case today, but that was back whenever I went in. Then the unit decides whether you keep it or not. That's for reserve units. Yeah, I didn't do reserve. I was active duty. Being RTU off a course here is not a good thing. In basic, most likely you're getting turfed, depending on what correction you require. It was a constant trashing. You fuck up one little iota and you're in the sand pit. I was denied credit card due to living in government housing. Laugh out loud. The barracks.
Government housing. That's hilarious. Really? Are you being serious or are you doing a little jokey? Because that's hilarious. I wouldn't.
It depends if you have Navy Federal Credit Union or Marine Corps Credit Union. I had a credit card for a long time because I worked. Every summer I worked at a big business, and so I was working. I've been working a long time, since I was probably 10, but mowing lawns and stuff. Probably before that, even. But I worked at a large corporation, Japanese corporation, during the summer, and then in my senior year, I worked at the same corporation, and I would work 12 hours there, go to school for 8, and you could figure out how that one worked out. I was 4 hours of sleep, and I was back at work up until the day I left for boot camp, plus doing my weekend requirements for delayed entry program. So yeah, the barracks were shitty. They did put new barracks in. They started doing new barracks at a lot of the bases, and they're a lot better. I still like the old squad bay for camaraderie reasons, but they put 2-man bunk rooms in with connecting heads. Pensacola was a fucking, like, it was basically like a condominium. I mean, really. It was that they had big windows with views of the. I mean, they did landscaping. I mean, it was all a like I said, a resort basically. I mean, you weren't too far from the beach. The Blue Angels were there, so there was
cool.
constantly people coming.
I love the Blue Angels, man.
Yeah,
badass.
Yep. We used to sleep long before my kids came on. Yeah. I feel like able-bodied people should have to join the military for a certain amount. Yeah, I think so too. I like Israel's thing, where you join the military, because they push you on a career path, if nothing else. I mean, if more people join the military, I don't know. I think it's good for people. I see a lot of good. As long as we're not in a war footing, it's great for a lot of people. You get to go out and socialize. There wouldn't be a lot of social problems because you're around all types of different people. You learn a lot of good stuff there. Along with the discipline and all the other eating. Like now, if you go look at their healthy eating program and stuff, I mean, that's shit that we pay for out here in the civilian world. Like, you pay for a trainer in the civilian world, you don't have to pay for a trainer in the military, because all you got to do is go to the gym or go to sign up for classes. I mean, you can do all this stuff for free on base if you're in the military. So I know I would have hated it, but I think it would have been. Well, I mean, you would have hated boot camp or. I mean, it's a structured thing. Everything's structured for you. It's hard to go from being structured like that to being a civilian.
Do whatever you want, whenever you want.
Yeah. I mean, you still got to do whatever you wanted to after your time off. I mean, because I worked after I got off my base job. I worked as a heating and air conditioning service technician during the evenings. It's sad that you have to have 2 jobs though, but it was, in order to make it. But that was on me. I decided to have kids, so I wanted everything plus some. So I worked 2 jobs, plus I considered a military job. So although I slept through a simulated RD attack in basic, I got woke up by a boot on my bivy mate. The rest had bugged out hours before. We call it. We slept
sleeping.
Yeah. We there was no. You didn't sleep through anything simulated. Because
Sleeping Beauty, didn't he?
Somebody would drag your ass out of the tent. Whenever we were let's see. I don't recall exactly where we were, but you sleep with your rifle, and in order to keep somebody from taking said rifle while you're sleeping, you wrap the sling around your leg and pull it up close to you, right? So we would have people that would come whether it was gunner or a staff NCO or whatever, they would come try to drag you out of your rack or your tent by your rifle sling to see if you had positive control on your rifle. They would come to test you to see if you had it. Teaches people not to be ruled by their feelings, be fit, learn a ton, not be a pussy. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you'll still have pussies. I mean, you really don't know how you're going to react till you get shot at. So, I mean, there's still people that, that have moments of hesitation. So, Sergeant booted our asses for a long time over that. Yeah, I imagine. But hey, you're probably tuckered out. I don't know. As many operators as you see on social media, it looks like all Americans join the service. Laugh out loud. Yeah.
I'm a mall ninja, but I wouldn't call myself an operator. I mean, I got fancy shit, and I like to flaunt it. But that's about it.
Mad respect goes out to the door kickers.
Yeah.
Like I said the other day, I'm not considered a door kicker. I went through all the urban training and shit like that, but I wasn't a ground pounder. They call us a POG because we're persons other than grunts, even though we always rescued their ass off the ground and brought air support to them. But, we have our own little inter service fucking bitches and moans and shit talking.
All right.
But, I still consider myself a certified badass because of what service I joined and what I done, but we won't go all into that. It was the middle of the night, couldn't see your hand in front of your face when the attack happened. So I had a buddy at Supply, and we would work out deals to where I could get my guys night vision. They were phasing out the old night vision, so they had a lot of extra parts laying around. And so what I was able to do was make everybody night vision binoculars that you could handhold instead of the actual full set of nods. And we did a little trading with the Supply Bubbas and got everybody that was forward deployed, at least our guys, actual night vision. So when we're sitting in the fighting holes, we could see out and see what was going on without, launching the Sky Blazer flares. But I had a good relationship with the guys over at Supply. I had stuff they wanted, and I had the means to do the stuff that they wanted for their personal vehicles and stuff. So all they had to do was buy the parts, and I could make them, bend them, mold them in my spare time or my downtime. So I made a lot of stuff for people over at Supply. So one hand washes another, because they wouldn't issue you a set of nods unless you were flight crew or something like that, and you absolutely needed them. So all the guys on the ground were caught with their pants down. Because at the time, I think they'd only issued them to sergeant and above, like a squad leader or something. So, yeah, no matter where we went, whether unless you were actually on flight orders, you were in a fighting hole protecting the perimeter. So, yeah. So we had them. We had binoculars. I think everybody should fuck the ACOG. Everybody should be issued nods, because those are important. Those are important. Supply has its advantages, right? Yeah, those fuckers. I'd always take it easy on them too in sports. We used to play football in the parks, and I wouldn't hit them guys as hard as I'd hit the other cocksuckers from hydraulics or something, but because I didn't want to ruin my relationship with them. But yeah, one hand definitely washes another. All right. Enough said. Yeah. If anything, I think that's the advantage that we have. But I think every ground pounder is what we call them, the 03 guys. They deserve the best equipment that is out there. the best, the lightest high speed, low drag gear that they could have. They should all
definitely deserve more than $20,000 a year.
Well, at least if they're going to put you out there to die for $20,000 a year, they should give you the best equipment. And I mean, the first time we went into the stand, we were still rolling with flak jackets. So, and if most of the guys that are in the chat will understand what a flak jacket is. It is not a bullet-resistant vest. It is to stop fragmentation from grenades and mortar shells and stuff. So, we weren't issued all this fancy stuff. Now, the Army had it. They had the ICTV or the Interceptor vest at the time, but we were still rolling the old Vietnam fucking flak jackets. And the only reason I got body armor was because I was on flight orders part of the time. So, and it wasn't anything that you would want to get off the fucking plane with. It was like a flak jacket, but it had strap-on sappy plates that were velcroed on. It had a pocket. It had a pocket in the front and a big sappy plate handle. And the sappy plate was in a. I'll dig it out one day. I still have it. They did away with those as well. They threw them away. Sent them to Dermo, but it was literally a plate that was in a pouch and it stuck in a pocket and then velcroed to the vest. There was one on the front and the back, and then of course they had a suspension system, a poor suspension system to hold on over your shoulders. But it was essentially a flak jacket with a fucking sappy plate attached to it. So, but yeah, the guys that are out there kicking down doors and pounding the ground, those are the guys that need the best equipment. Yeah. You got a flak jacket, Walter? Yeah. I seen them selling, man. I see people selling them for hundreds of dollars, and I go on there and comment. I'm like, hey, just to let you guys know, if you buy this, it is not a bullet-resistant vest. It is for fragmentation. I got it at the right time. Canada just changed from FN to the C7 AR platform. I like the FN platform. I like the AR platform. Right. I prefer the AK platform. But yeah, there's a lot of
maintenance on an AK versus an AR. But I do see. I go back and forth, bro. I like them both, right? For different reasons. I like the AK because you don't have to worry about it; it just works. But the accuracy is definitely not as good, right? And it's the same thing with like a 1911 versus a Glock. A Glock, I got 13 rounds in the same size as I can get one that has 9 rounds,
Yeah.
But one's a lot more accurate than the other, but the other one will work no matter what, whereas the other one, it's got a little scratch on it, and it's bugging me.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have a absolute shit fit if you seen how I treat my rifles.
I don't think so. Like, if you went out and bought something really nice, like an F1, and then dragged it through the dirt, I'd probably have a little bit of an issue with that. Or, but it's still your shit, right? It's not my shit. But, if I then go and I buy the cheapest AR that works, I have no problem dragging that through the dirt. I don't care. Right? So, I don't know. There's a difference for me, right? A basic AR and a basic AK, I don't care if it gets scratched or dinged up. But, when you put a little extra money for the fanciness of it, then maybe, I guess. But not all my shit's fancy. I got a few things that are ready to go in the desert. Look at my comrade, my shotgun. Well, technically, it's not a shotgun, it's a firearm. But whatever. I don't give a fuck about that other than its usefulness. I don't know. I'm a weird person when it comes to that.
Well, I have a really expensive, I think it's expensive, AR platform. And I showed it to you, and it's all scratched up.
Right.
I hydro dipped it and Cerakoted it, so but of course the hydro dip is coming off. So that's why I said, if this was your rifle, you would be in panic mode. even says don't get shot wearing it. Yeah, it's not. It's a
Wow, really?
fragmentation. It's a fragmentation vest.
Don't you get shot? Okay, I'll make sure. Hey, buddy, don't shoot at me, all right? I'm just wearing a flak vest, not bulletproof.
Yeah. So yeah, the fragmentation vests are not. Yeah, but that's what we got issued on the first deployment. So yeah. They're nothing but a glorified fucking sweat box, and that's all they're good for.
Alcan scopes? That doesn't
Yeah.
sound.
That's probably some government contract the Canadian military had. We didn't get scopes. Everything was iron sights.
You see the scopes that was for the AR, the original AR, that would click on. It would click onto the handle.
Yeah, the carry grip. It had a one bolt.
Yeah,
one bolt.
I mean, it was a scope you could click on. That thing. Yeah, if it looks anything like that, yeah, I can imagine it's not much.
What's up?
Where's my mom's debit card?
Stan's doing a Wikipedia thing. I'm going to click on that and see what that is. The C79 optical sight. Hey, that's on an AR. Yeah, that looks like it's at least rubberized.
Is that?
It's got a 3.5 magnification.
That's what he got issued.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't have any of that fancy stuff.
It's nitrogen filled, prevent fogging, and it's covered with an armored coating of rubber. Armored covering of rubber.
So they made it grunt proof.
Yeah, I hope so. Pretty cool. I think it says may stop handgun at long distance, something to that effect. So, like a 22 from 300 yards, you might be okay. I have nothing for ballistic stuff, which is bad. I definitely need to put that into my preps, but at the same time, I don't want to put a lot of money into something that is for a certain size of person, because I plan on not being this size of a person for very much longer. And I really don't want to buy a whole bunch of shit as a big person and then like become a little person and like all my shit's oversized now.
I think it stops handguns at long distance. Yeah, I would not trust that. I would prefer that you stand behind concrete than think that vest is going to help you. Got 8 to 10 inch groupings at 500 meters on both the
like
C7.
550 yards.
Yeah, no, we were doing 500 yards, 500 yard shots with iron sights, no scopes. You had to hit those to qualify. Well, there's 3 different qualifications, but I did not want the lower 2, so I had to have rifle expert. So I spent as much time snapping in, and 9 out of 10 shots at 500 was okay. I would have preferred to got 10, but yeah, 500 yards, iron sights. That's where it's at. They get you the little rifle expert badge, and then every successive year that you complete, you get a little placard that goes above the rifle badge, the expert badge. It says 2nd award, 3rd award, 4th award, so on and so forth. So
hey, I was about right. I said 550 yards, and it's 546.8 yards. Hey, I think I got it down, bro. I got it down. 100 yards is about 100 meters. It's really close. Then it gets a little bit more off and off and off.
All right, well, it's at the 2-hour mark. Had a great chat today. Thanks for everybody coming out.
Yeah.
I learned some good stuff today. Hopefully you guys did too. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing. So go ahead and leave any bitches, moans, complaints, and we'll address them now. 546.8 yards, and 100
Yep.
yards is about 110 meters.
All right, so I'll just remember that, and then double that up, like 200 yards. Then would be 100 or
220.
220 meters.
220 meters. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think Canadians is the Canadian military. Their sniper team was still holds the longest shot. So good show. You too, sir. Have an outstanding day. Semper Fi, brother. I'm not crazy about body armor. I've shot holes in AR 500 plate. Yeah, it's just to make sure that you can hopefully survive the fight and keep fighting. Just like NBC gear, if you happen to have to use that, you're probably not going to make it. It's just to prolong the fight. So, yeah, we have the longest shot on record. We took it back from the U.S. a few years ago.
Target shot or confirmed?
No, confirmed shot kill. I think it was like some phenomenal 1.5 shot or something.
A mile, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are just lucky that Carlos Hathcock passed away, because he was the fucking Marine Corps ninja.
That's where you have to take into account the rotation of the Earth and the curvature and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
you have to have a phenomenal data book.
Yeah.
And lots of computations have to go involved in that. So
seriously, you have to calculate because the Earth is rotating, and the rotation of the Earth is going to throw your shot off. You have to take that into account. Once we get to that point, man, that's way past what I'm comfortable with.
Right. Confirmed 2.1 kilometers or so. Kevlar seems good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the most vests that you wear now are Kevlar with a trauma plate. So the Kevlar or the trauma plate stops it or slows it down, and the Kevlar captures the bullet. 2,100 meters, says Stan.
You doing that with a 50?
I think it was 338 Lapua.
Yeah, I was going to say 338 Lapua is the only other one that I know of that can go that far. But I'm sure there's other shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get over 1,000 yards with an AR-15 if you load your own rounds and, Sierra match grade type stuff. But, yeah, no, yeah, you got to take into account for the wind downrange, crosswinds, because there's gonna be a different wind pattern. There's all kinds of, calculate. No, we use the Barrett 50 cal. He thinks. Yeah, you just can't. The Barrett is a phenomenal tool. And the guy spotter, that guy should be get the commendation.
He doesn't ever get the glory, does he? The spotter.
Well, he's also a sniper, because there's a 2-man sniper team. Usually,
but the guy who takes the shot and makes over 1.5 mile shot, he's the one that's getting cheered and attaboyed and pats on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the spotter is well.
Your spotter's the one telling you. Your spotter's the one telling you what, where, when, and how many clicks to come up in elevation, how many, left, right, just for windage. I got a Fond, a long range. I used to shoot 500 to 700 with a World War II Mauser, steel roller coaster sights. Yeah, I prefer iron sights. I have on my battle rifle, I guess you could say, but on my sniper rifle, I prefer optics for like my 300
bolt action long distance rifle.
For my 300 Win Mag or my 338 or 308 or 30-06. I prefer that.
So. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm missing. I've been wanting to do a AR-10 build for a long time, but to be honest, I would love to have something bolt action with a scope that could reach out, at least 1,000 yards, maybe 1,500 yards, with a scope. I don't really need it that much, but I don't have anything like that. And if I ever did go hunting or whatever, I want to have anything that would be good for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to check out, guys and gals, if you're watching there, Real Girl. My eyes are getting worse. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking I need a scope. But I like the scope. That was a long before I needed. I could still get out to 500 yards with my bifocals. But yeah, for sure. The older you get, you need some optics. But all right, well, I'm gonna get out of here, guys and gals. Thumbs up, thumbs down, bitches, moans, complaints. I'll leave them in the comment section below. I'm Irish USMC Vet, as we all know, and that's Poison Stinger. And thanks for staying and everybody checking in. Patriot in the Dark, Walter Davis. Hopefully everybody has a great day. So yeah, check us out in the links below if you need any information to contact us or whatever. Yep, I need them now, says Stan. All right, God bless. Semper Fi. Godspeed to you all, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, God willing. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Peace.